look at some of the cases that PALU has taken over and defended before the court, you will see that it has helped to enhance the jurisprudence of the court, because the arguments help to challenge the judges, it helps to challenge the legal officers to do more research to be able to build the jurisprudence of the court. And we think that with this kind of engagement, with this kind of cooperation, the only beneficiary will be the African human rights system. Let me also recognize my colleagues from the African Union Advisory Board on against corruption. People say on corruption, but I want to say it's against corruption. You cannot be advising people on corruption, on how to be corrupt, no. Yeah. So they are my colleagues because we are all staff of the African Union. I was with the president of the board in Addis Ababa yesterday. We had a meeting with the PRC on the PRC subcommittee on audit. And you realize that the issues that are identified in all the organs are almost the same. The challenges are the same. Recruitment problems, problem of administration, emoluments for elected officials, they are all the same. And one thing that I think PALU should get involved in is to see how to build or how to work very closely with African Union organs to be able to build their capacity, especially the judicial and quasi-judicial organs. When I just came in and introduced myself to the chairperson of the board, the first question he asked me was whether the court has a judicial year. I said, no, we've not even thought of that. But these are initiatives that an institution like PALU can engage an institution like the court to institute something like a judicial year, where we will have at the beginning of each year a dinner like this, bring legal minds across the continent together to officially launch the Continental Judicial Year under the auspices of the African Court. These are initiatives which I think PALU can take over and work closely. There are other initiatives I think I've discussed with done on an informal basis, like engaging the legal officers of the court in one way or the other, inviting legal officers in your meetings to share the jurisprudence of the court with lawyers. Because one of the challenges we have is that most of the lawyers at the domestic level do not know the jurisprudence of the court and do not invoke this jurisprudence before domestic courts. Of course, people want to talk about monoism, dualism, but international law has evolved in a way that if you invoke international jurisprudence, it is almost binding as national and domestic law. So we, on behalf of the President of the Court, on behalf of the Registrar, and on my own behalf, I want to assure the incoming executive of PALU that the court stands ready to continue working with you. The court stands ready to continue working with the Secretariat of PALU under the able leadership of my friend Don Dea. And the court stands ready to continue working with all like-minded institutions that seek the promotion and protection of human rights on the continent. Because the protection and promotion of human rights is our collective responsibility. It is you and I who can make the change. It is you and I who can hold our leaders accountable. We cannot leave this to them.